the second project for our Love and Luxury, we're going to use the Flourishing floral frame. So these were the key part of the collection. Aren't these absolutely gorgeous? Now, I've taken mine out and I've put them on a magnetic sheet because these are your link dies. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how these work. So they're really clever. So what you've got is you've got this one die set, and let me bring in my glass mat so that my magnetic sheet so that you can see. And one die set will cut both a square and a rectangle. So we've got our two corners. So these are our two corners here. So at the moment they don't link up. What you've got is you've got four little die. So you've got two corners and two straight pieces. And what you do is you link them up. So if we go on to, let me make sure I've got this the right way around. I think it goes that way. I can put my long piece in there and join that one up. And then I'm going to put my longer corner in and that will join up like that. So now I've got a rectangle if I move that up to show you. If I take these long pieces out, move those up there, and I put my shorter pieces in, so oops, does help with a nice flat mat. I know when I was doing this on the show I was using a mat that was quite old and it does make it harder. It's much easier with a flat mat because everything just holds. And then you've got a square. Can you see the frame is now a square? And what we're doing is we're giving you charisma for both the rectangle and the square. Now if we were to give you a rectangular floral frame and a square floral frame and a rectangular foliage frame, because you've got the flourishing foliage as well, and a square foliage frame, did I say it right? Square and a rectangle, it would have cost double the money. But we've just reduced it to two pieces that size so that you can flip between squares and rectangles. So that's really useful. Now, you can cut them out of white card and colour them yourself, or you can cut them out of the charisma, like I say. So when I do the charisma, I tend to do it this way round, and then I'm going to get my dies, and then I'm going to lay these over the top. So we pop those on. So I'm going to pop them roughly into position, and then I will tape them down. I can't do it on my magnetic sheet because I can't make sure that my charisma is lined up otherwise. So let's just get those two pieces out of the way. And the other die that you've got in the collection, I'll show you here, is your Swift foliage die. So that's your Swift foliage, floral die, sorry. And that's going to cut all of the florals that you need in one go. So I need my tape dispenser and I'm going to pop that one over the charisma there. That's going to go like that. Now, the charisma for this is on the USB that accompanies the collection. So if you bought it as a bundle, you'd have got the foliage and the floral frames and the USB together. So just to show you, it's not available as a free download. Not all of them are. So I'm just going to take that now. One thing I have learned to my cost is when you're doing it this way round on the charisma, always put a little piece of tape over that link. Now the only other thing you need to know is because it's a link system, you do have to just cut the little pips where these pieces attach. There'll be little pips at the end, but I think that's a small price to pay for having such versatile dies. So can you see now that has been put perfectly onto my charisma, and then we can run it through our die cutting machine. Now I am going to use my foundation lace ribbons again. Now you saw me use those in the last collection, so I'm just going to pop this together. So this is going to be a beautiful card. So it could go landscape or portrait, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to switch from one to the other. Just depends which way you put your sentiment. So let me show you this. So this now is cut from there. Let's just pop that just away from the tape. One and two. Now remember I said it just stays in the cardstock where those pips are. So if I come along here, I can see this piece comes along here and there's a little pip. There'll be 8 little pips in total. One and a second one on that corner, and then I'll come around this side, cut away that way. And you have to have those because obviously because we're putting two dies together, they don't quite join up. Can there's just a tiniest little join just there and just there, and then the final one will be just down here, one little pip just on that side. You see, just as if you've got a sharp pair of scissors, it's nothing. There we go. And that now is going to, see, pop straight out. And now if you wanted to, you didn't need to cut those pips out and then you'd have a solid piece in the middle, but I didn't want that. Now look at that. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? I think that's worth it. And that could have been a square. I could have used the square charisma and just used the smaller brackets on that. And then I've got all of my decoupage here as well. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. While I put this together, I'm going to see if I've got some charisma. Yes, I have. For the flowers for the decoupage. So I'm just going to pop that on here, and then I'm going to grab the Swift die and I'm going to make sure that's on there. That's going to go on there. Let's just grab a piece of tape, pop that on like that. So this is going to cut all of the mat that I need. Now you do need 2 sets of charisma to make up one frame, because you need 1 set for one side and 1 for the other. So while that's doing, let's make our card up. So I have used my ribbons and I've made a card base. Really simple, just folded card and cut my ribbons. And so then onto that, I'm going to pop a solid layer. And we're not going to be able to see any white card when we finish, because we're going to put our green cardstock first. So let's just put a little bit of glue along the edges of there, all the way along there and along there, and then down here. There we go. All the way. That's it. Just like that. And then we can pop this one on to there. So that's going to go just on there like that. Perfect. So that's now put back the corner that was missing because we'd had it folded over the card, and that has now made us a card base. Perfect. Or, as I said, you could go that way if you wanted a 10-fold card. So what we're going to do, we're going to just start it this way for now, and then I'm going to pop on the next layer, which is a straight edge. So that's going to go on next, and that's going to pop it onto there. Just like that. And then I've got a decorative piece. Now I have put foam tape on the back. What I actually did was I put some more card behind there, just because I hadn't printed my backing paper out onto thick enough paper. I think it was probably only about 140, so I felt it was a little bit sagging. So to make it a bit stronger, I've just put some reinforced it on the back. I just like to know that my card's nice and strong. And that's going to pop on there. So that really does feel quite robust. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put our beautiful frame on. Now, as you can see, we can have it that way, or we can have it that way. I think I want it portrait. I do like that much better. So we can take our foam mat, and I'm just going to take a ball tool, and I'm just going to shape a little bit behind those flowers. Now, if I was doing this at home, and you hear me say this on the TV, so I'm sorry, I would be making up this frame away from the card base. Leave the decoupage to dry, a couple of hours overnight, and come back and put the frame onto the card. Because I'm doing this to show you how to make it up, I'm going to put the frame onto the card first, and then let's put that there. Oops. Put the frame onto the card, it's got caught, and then put the decoupage onto there. So that's going to go just like that. So we've got lots of decoupage, and I've just cut even more. Let's see what we've got. Do you know what? If I had the biggest craft table in the world, it still wouldn't be big enough. So there we are. So we've now got some more decoupage pieces. We could then just pop them out. There we are. I was looking at somebody craft the other day, and she had the neatest craft table going, and she is such a clever crafter, so artistic, and I was like, I don't know how you do it. I truly don't know how you manage to have a tidy craft table. Right, now I've got a sentiment I'm going to pop in the middle there. Now if I wanted this as landscape, I would just put it that way around, but we're going to pop it that way around. And again, this is just using the stamps off the show, from this collection, and we can pop that just there. Now, is my glue gun, it's cooled down, it's gone off. Oh, no, it's gone off. So I've got a bow, I've got a lovely green bow, and I'm just going to pop that on for a minute at the top. We can pop that on there. So that can be curing while we do the decoupage. So let's have a look what we've got. It's really simple. All your numbering is on your dies. So everything is there. Why have I got tape everywhere? I might have more than I need now, but let's just see where we go. There we are. So we've got our flowers. So then we can just shape from the back. I'm not adding too much detail, but just a little bit of shape to shape it up. There we go. And there we are. Right, so tweezers have gone, there we are, and then we can start building. So this one has a bigger piece, there we go, I knew that. So this one's got a bigger piece, and that's going to go just here. So there is the leaf to match that. So as soon as I match that one up, I know it matches. Then I've got the smaller one, and that's going to match up just like that. Let's see what else we've got. So that one is for there, and I think there's another layer for that in a minute. What else have we got? Yep, that one goes, we're doing well here. It's like that card game, isn't it? Can you remember where they all were when you turn them back over? That one is for there, up there. We've only got one of those. Let's put this one on. It goes up here. There we go. I'm not sure if I've got all of my pieces, but we can go with as many as we've got. And that one is going just there. What else have we got? And we've got that one. Is going just in there. At least we've got something on most of them now. That goes in the centre just there. So you've got different number of layers for each one. What else have I got here? Oh, I've got that one, and I need to grab some more glue. We're going to have to go straight from the tube, I think, for this. That's going to go just there. Oh no, that one was on there, wasn't it? I forgot which one that one's on. Then I've got, that's the one I was looking for. That one goes just round there. There we go. And I have another one of those. Just up. That goes on there. Oh, this is going to work out just perfect, I think. I'm going to have just the right amount. That one is going the right way around. On there. I think my card's done at least 360, if not more. That one will go onto there. It's a smaller one. And then finally, one, two, yep, down there it goes. You can see that one's going to go just on there. Now, how about that? Remember, you could have had this as a landscape card, a landscape card, but we've gone portrait. If I can open it back up. There we go. There we are. How about that? Using our ribbons and our beautiful flourishing, oops, sorry, missed it off there, and our beautiful flourishing floral frame.